Limited
Thank you for staying with the end.
with regard to City Council.
The Canadian High Commission has signed a $3.5 million contribution agreement to support domestic violence programs here. The programs will be run by two local non-governmental organizations, as Nicasio Logan tells us.
Through the Canada Fund for Local Initiatives, Help and Shelter and the Areal Development Group have received funding for their domestic violence programs. Help and Shelter will receive $1.4 million to acquire new equipment, while the Areal Group will be given $1.9 million to train facilitators and implement public awareness campaigns.
The Canada Fund is delighted to support Help and Shelter and the Area Hall Development Group to mitigate the effects of domestic violence as part of Canada's broader objective of reducing poverty and promoting prosperity and development in Guyana.
Chairman of Help and Shelter, Dennis Diaz, expressed gratitude to the Commission, noting that her organization is committed to work against all forms of violence.
Over the years, the Canadian High Commission and the Canada Fund for Local Initiatives have supported us, and your kind and generous donation of computers today will now enable us to facilitate research, give us a more efficient compilation of data for our hotline counsellors, face-to-face counsellors, and our court support counsellors, whom to date had no such facilities.
The recently released multi-cluster survey indicates that domestic violence is a significant challenge in Guyana. According to the survey, violence against women and children is of particular concern in rural communities. For the NCN 6 o'clock news, I'm Nicasio Logan.
Sedition-accused Oliver Hinkson has been granted a reduction in bail by the acting chief magistrate as he made another appearance. Attorney-at-law Nigel Hughes asks for a reduction in bail since his client has encountered some financial difficulties. However, Special Prosecutor Sanjeev Dattadin objected, stating that it was not necessary since it has already been fixed. More so, the bail has already been paid. He added that if granted the reduction, he might probably flee the jurisdiction since he has ties to the United States, but the magistrate's ruling took into consideration the arguments of the defense counsel. Republic Bank Guyana Limited has cleared the air with regard to City Council's claim of the bank's non-approval of a loan to pay its workers last month's salaries. Managing Director Edwin Gooding says the bank did receive the request, but stressed that any financial institution needs time before the granting of any facility. In efforts to have their workers paid their December salaries, the Georgetown City Council moved to Republic Bank for an interest-bearing loan. According to the City Council, the loan was never granted, and reports are the City Hall may be reconsidering its future with the bank. When asked about the issue, Managing Director Edwin Gooding says he was out of the country but will be checking with his credit department to ascertain the status of the facility.
And as any responsible financial institution, we look at requests and we need to get information based on what the request is made. I think we will, in going through the process that we would have gone through, it may not have been as quickly as the council would have liked. But I think since that time we have more or less responded to the council.
Mr. Gooding says he is concerned about the Georgetown City Council's recent comments of possible withdrawal of its account from the bank. He posited a meeting with the mayor and council representatives will be arranged to address the entire issue.
Different sentiments with respect to that. There's some people who feel that that was just not a fair comment. I'm waiting to speak with the mayor and a small contingent to kind of discuss this matter. But I think you will see that there may be different views. The people who wanted the funds urgently would have one view, and I'm waiting to speak to the mayor.
Residents of Paramakatoy in Region 8 have received their first resident doctor who's from Cuba. Minister within the Health Ministry, Dr. Barry Ramsaran, says this is part of government's commitment to providing quality health care across Guyana. Details from Unika Jones.
The governments of Cuba and Guyana collaborated over the years to improve the local health sector. Apart from the vast number of Guyanese medical students being trained in Cuba, several Cuban doctors are attached at various hospitals across the country, the most recent being Dr. Amory Mars, who is the first resident doctor in Paramakatoi.
My pleasure to be the first doctor in this place, and I will try to do the best for all of you.
The community, which consists of approximately 800 villagers, has a health center which is equipped with medical supplies. However, health services will now be boosted with Dr. Marcy, who will be conducting minor surgeries and general health care. Coordinator of Hinterland Affairs, Harry Prasad Nokta, has urged residents to take advantage of the services provided.
So we want you to be assured that he will be here to serve you, and we appeal to you to give him the support that he needs.
Meanwhile, Minister within the Health Ministry, Dr. Barry Ramsaran, says 14 medics who recently completed training will be dispatched to various hinterland communities. Onika Jones, this is Clock News.
Quick response and good investigative work by police ranks have led to the recovery of a licensed .32 pistol and 10 matching rounds, and then the rest of 4 men at West Rheinveld. Reports are that between the hours of 4:30 and 8:30 hours on Tuesday, the police discovered the pistol, which is licensed to the Meadowbank Fishery Co-op compound, East Bank Demerara. Investigations revealed that the licensed firearm holder had left the firearm in the locked cabin of his motor vehicle. Upon his return to the vehicle, he found that the door of the vehicle had been opened and the firearm stolen. Quick action by the police led to a search being conducted on a minibus at West Rheinveld last night, which resulted in the recovery of the firearm and ammunition. The 4 men are presently in police custody, assisting with police investigations.
And in some news just coming to hand, Greece's President Karolis Papoulias has expressed certainty that the current visit by President Barojagdu and delegation will contribute to the further strengthening of friendly relations between the two countries. He made this comment at a dinner that is currently ongoing in honor of the Guyanese delegation in Athens. President Jagdeo said on his part that in the ranks of the European Union, the small countries are those that can understand the challenges being faced by the small and developing ones around the world. The Guyanese delegation is currently in Greece for talks on bilateral relations and international issues. And before we end this part of the 6 o'clock news, let's give you the weather forecast. Tonight is expected to be cloudy with occasional showers over coastal and inland areas, while other parts can expect partly cloudy skies. Rainfall is expected to range between 0 to 10 millimeters, with temperatures likely to reach a minimum value of 23.5 degrees Celsius along the coast and 21.5 degrees elsewhere. The tide is now high and will reach a maximum height of 2.91 meters at 19 hours 8, while low tide is anticipated at 20 minutes after 1 at a minimum height of 0.78 meters. The Hydromet Department says similar conditions may be experienced tomorrow, with sunrise expected at 6 hours 5. And that's news to the moment.